We've seen a lot of acceleration in terms of innovation. What do you view as a catalyst to this acceleration?
The use of different data sets together in an integrated way at the patient level really has provided newer insights for molecular characterization of patient tissues. We're all familiar with cancers, and they're all staged at 1, 2, 3, 4, and the different substages. But imagine if we were able to look at these diseases in different ways based on pathways, not just the tissues that they arrive in. It yields a massive opportunity.
And you mentioned big data. Where do you see the opportunity in its implementation?
The more interesting, but further along, opportunities really lie in interpretation of that data. Looking at extraordinarily large cohorts of patient populations, correlations with the diseases, and looking for those associations to drive those meaningful actions. It's a lot of data, it's a lot of bases of DNA that have to be used in training those data sets, but I think that's where the opportunity lies.
What are you most excited about in the neurology space as it relates to, of course, patient care?
On the diagnostic side, there are a number of new technologies, in particular imaging as well as blood-based diagnostics on the horizon that I think will really allow us to understand what's going on at the molecular level very early on. The counterpart of that is really the new wave of drugs that are coming to market. So I think the combination of those two things is really accelerating the toolkits for doctors and patients to treat these diseases. I think the second component of this is really an acceleration of the basic understanding of the human brain and how it works. And that's unleashed a potential wave of new targets, a new way of thinking about how you treat these very complex diseases.
We've been hearing about genomic editing technology for a while. Why has it taken so long to actually reach the market?
It's a highly regulated space because we're dealing with patient lives here. And that's how it's very different than the technology space. So even though you might have very fast-paced technological innovation, it must be partnered with the medical community in terms of validation, robustness of data, as well as the impact to patient lives.
We've mentioned so many advances in the healthcare space. What are you most excited about for the next 5 years?
I'm most excited really about Pathology 2.0 and the ability to give millions of patients the opportunity to really explore their samples in the context of disease in ways that have never been seen before. To really change an industry that hasn't really changed in decades. I think the challenges are going to be that whatever technologies come to market, there's always a health economic component to this now.
Kieren, thank you so much for being here today.
My pleasure.